Okay, good morning and welcome to Mishna Yomi. Today, Masach Shvius, Perek Hey, Mishnayos, Zayin, and Ches. Let's get right into it. Mishnah Zayin. Hayotzer Mocher Chamesh Kadei Shemen V'Chamisha Sar Kadei Yayin. Shekin Darko Lahavim and a Hefker. The halacha is that someone who is a creator of barrels, he makes barrels, I don't know, caskets, sherry oak casks that you store wine in. Apparently they had for oil also. So the amount of 5 barrels of oil or 15 barrels of wine that a regular person, you're allowed during Shemitah to collect stuff from the hefker from the field. So therefore, we assume you're giving him the barrels to collect wine and he'll collect the oil from the hefker. If you give him more than that, then he's probably going to start making a business out of it. You're allowed to make a business take too much to make a business. That's a problem during Shemitah. Again, this would be a problem of lifnei iver, like we said in the previous Mishnah. We're talking about someone who's chashud, someone who's suspect of violating and not caring about Hilchos Shemitah. The chiddush of this Mishnah that we're not worried that he's going to take 5 plus 15 and make 20 barrels for wine, which is not allowed, which is a business already, because the barrels for wine and the barrels for oil are different. They're made differently. V'imhevi yoser mikan mutter. Let's say the person took these barrels and instead of bringing back 15, he filled the 15 barrels. He had some other barrels also. He brought down 18, 20 barrels of wine. We say that technically it's mutter to benefit from it because he didn't take it from the Meshumer. You're allowed to take it from somebody that's watch. He took it from Hefker. And maybe he's not making a business out of it. Maybe he's planning on selling 15 and 3 he's going to drink himself, let's say. So, or I'll have some guests come over. So, umocher lenachrim ba'aretz. You're allowed to sell. What are you allowed to sell? You're allowed to sell to non-Jews in Eretz Yisrael. You're allowed to sell them Perosh Shvius, right? Even though a Jew wouldn't be allowed to benefit certain benefits for Perosh Shvius, we're really not concerned to give it to a non-Jew, and concerned the non-Jew is going to sell it to a Jew. We assume the non-Jew is going to benefit from it, and there's no Isurim of Shvius when it comes to a Nachri. Israel, B'chutz Alaretz, also you can sell Perosh Shvius to a Jew who lives in America, in New Zealand, outside of Israel. We're not concerned that he's going to go bring it to Eretz Yisrael or sell it to someone who lives in Eretz Yisrael. Mishnah Ches Beis Shammai Omrim Lo Yimkar Lo Para Choreshes B'Shvius. Beis Shammai says you shouldn't sell a chashud, someone who's chashud, a Jew who's suspect of violating Hilchos Shemitah, who's going to work, who's going to plow a field. You can't sell him the cow that would plow the field, not the actual. We saw yesterday. Everyone agrees you can't sell him. You can't sell him the macharesha, the actual metal instrument used for plowing. We still allow the para to sell to them. They should yakal shachta because technically we could be tola. We could assume, even though he's chashal shvius, he's using it to slaughter the animal to get a nice steak. That's why he's doing it, even though most times we assume if it's an animal which is good for plowing, he's not going to want to shecht it, but we could be tola or talinan. Today we're going to explain the difference between Misayei over Avera and Leave Ne'ira listing Michshol. This is the difference between today's Mishnayos and yesterday's Mishnayos. You're not going to want to miss it either Mishnayos. Basically all these Mishnayos are Misayei over Avera and not Leave Ne'ira listing Michshol. So we could tola, we could assume even if it's a slight chance, we can say there's no problem. Possibly Mochelo Peiros Afilu B'Shas Azara. You could even sell him fruits, even though technically he can take the seeds out and plant it. Even when it's the season to plant the seeds during the winter. Umashalos also you could even the kalim they use to measure the amounts of grain, even though he knows he has a pile of grain because he's working the field, he's doing shemitah. You can give it to him because he's using it just to measure it out for himself, to grind up the wheat or barley for himself. You can give him change. He has 200 shekel, but you can give him 450 shekel bills, even though he's paying out his workers 50 shekel. Because you could assume, we could be tola again, we could assume he's doing it he just needs to change for something else. The chulan of perish asurim, but if he's explicitly telling you, I'm using this money to pay my polim, or I'm using this kli to measure out the stuff that I'm going to sell during Shemitah, make a business during Shemitah, then it would be aser because he tells you there's no way of being tola, and that we can't assume he's doing a heter if he tells you he's doing a iser. Stay tuned for Ian on Mishnah. We'll discuss there. We can lift the iver and say day over avera. You're not gonna want to miss it.